4 years ago, I took a trip to Everest Base Camp with almost zero hiking experience. I was joining college friends Nick and Stephanie, plus Tara, Colin, Kelsey, Kaylee, Eugene, and Glenn. 2 weeks round trip, 60 miles of hiking that starts in a forest, crosses rivers, and ends in a tent far above the tree line at over 17,000 feet. Time to pack. I found myself making endless trips to REI. Down jacket, no rinse shampoo, portable TP, you name it. Thankfully, I didn't forget anything important, but I did bring way too much stuff. My coworkers only made a few cheap shots about me dying on a mountain. I was the last aboard for my LAX flight, and from there went to Guangzhou, China, where my friends Nick and Stephanie were waiting in the airport lounge.
Welcome to my lounge. Welcome to my humble abode.
They were on another floor of the airplane. Once we got there, we had a van waiting to take us to the hotel.
The customs lady, she was like, oh, brand new passport. Yeah. And she was like, I'm gonna write very neatly so that I don't mess it up.
I've been here somewhere.
Little one.
Flight from New York to when we came in, but otherwise not bad.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the flight here was
We had some time to kill before the rest of our group arrived, so we took a stroll.
Ooh, I'm a little chilly, actually.
The first stop was a burger place.
Are you guys getting a drink?
Yeah, I'll get a lassi.
I'm gonna get a milkshake, guys. What are you doing?
Lassi's like a kind of $384,000 whatever it was. And you're like, ah. This is definitely happening.
We headed back to the hotel and met up with the rest of our group, and soon we had our first group dinner.
He's like, yeah, you gotta drink the beer they did. Oh yeah, go to the
Kept hearing these dudes all night. Sounded like there wasn't even a window. I realized, oops, I've been sleeping with a window open all night. 6 in the morning right now. I'm doing some final packing stuff. Took a shower, so there's about 3 inches of standing water in the bathroom right now. That's another oops. Yeah, we're gonna explore the city a little bit today before moving on to the next city for our airport, and that will be the beginning of our trek.
And then he chopped the Kathmandu Valley with his magical sword in the south.
The tour took us all over Kathmandu to see a palace, a shrine, a monastery.
I wonder how many germs I can get on my hands from that.
I like them.
semicircular dome. There is also the rectangular platform like in Srinagar. And there are several legends about the formation of that stupa in Baudana. In the 5th century, in the Kathmandu kingdom, there was a king called Dharmadev. And the days were going good. Suddenly,
We went back to the hotels, and then it was time to hop in vans again. The hike to base camp usually starts by flying into a city called Lakla, but during our trip, Kathmandu did not have any flights into Lakla, so we had to drive several hours to a rural airport.
You got to get these hills,
It would be about a half-hour flight in one of these Twin Otter airplanes, and there were very strict rules for how heavy our bags could be. Lakla has the infamous reputation of being one of the most dangerous airports in the world. The weather is often quite bad, but there is no instruments-only approach. The runway is also surrounded by mountains, so there's no ability to do a go-around. Meaning once you start the landing, you are committing to that landing. And the runway itself is incredibly short and at a slope.
This is so cool. That's seriously a sweet idea.
We finished up that morning with our first hike, a 3-hour walk to the village where we'd spend the rest of the day.
No, you weren't. Now you're filming.
Right. This first hike was only about 3 hours, with some of it even being downhill, and it finished at the tea house where we would stay for the night.
That is some blue ice.
So wait, so what are we doing with this? These are white rice.
This next hike was going to be much more difficult. About a 6-hour walk on muddy paths, or at least we hope that was mud, and a lot more suspension bridges.
Because he thinks I have a snack. Nope.
So all of these dogs are strays, right?
But the climb was made a little bit easier by stopping at tea houses along the way for drinks and snacks.
Is that why you guys said some people put salt in their coffee?
Why did we do that?
Hey Nick, say hello. Oh man, my battery's dying. The last 2 hours of that hike were very tough, but it was so rewarding to see Namche at the end. Plus, we would be staying in that area for 2 days to acclimate.
Oh, that's pretty. Namche.
Slipped out.
The day's hike would just be some exercise before returning to the same lodge, but it had the benefit of a very special view. The next day, we continued our climb to base camp. The morning had a flat section and a descent into a valley, but that afternoon was another very steep climb to Tengboshe, known for its monastery.
That is the most difficult entrance I have ever seen.
We'll come to you.
We set aside another day just to let our bodies adjust to exercising at this altitude. And it was time for another regular 5 to 6 hour walk to La Bouche. The path up this hill was full of local traffic, other trekkers, and the worst weather that we had seen so far. It was stressful and slow and difficult. At the top, we found memorials for those who had died on the mountain. You could see the character of our environment changing. La Bouche was our group's last stop before staying at base camp.
Yeah, like I felt better yesterday.
Really?
I'm starting to get real freaked out.
The trip was starting to take its toll on us. I had a headache that was getting worse and worse.
We'll find a rock toilet.
Don't pee in the bucket.
Oh my god, my legs.
Yeah, no, right. Tara, that's actually a thing.
It was time for a well-earned afternoon nap.
Many times I remember I went on Choyu. We just finished the speed ascent of Shishapangma.
It was a miserable night. We were acutely aware that we were sleeping on rocks more than 17,000 feet up, and it was below zero.
Tell us about your night, Nick.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Woke up 87 times and was never comfortable. And here we are, and it's frozen. Everything.
We were all in a bit of a fog that morning. We gathered our belongings and assembled for one group photo before heading back down. Flanking the camp, we could see the Khumbu Ice Falls. Those climbing to the summit would begin here with a treacherous ladder crossing. None of us wished we were doing that. We were ready to go home. The way down would be much faster, not having to worry about the altitude gains. We could be back to Lukla in 3 days. But while the weather was pretty forgiving going up, it got a lot worse on the way down. Somehow, it was our last day of hiking. the weather had cleared up. Or maybe not.
Oh yeah, we're doing great.
Our guides put together an event that night.
Top of the world, Everest, place of Buddha Lumbini, surrounded by lake and river, melodies of bird.
That morning, it was time for our departure from the most dangerous airport in the world. There had been a deadly crash earlier that week, and you could see where the aircraft had just been pushed off the runway.
It's like a dinosaur on my boat.
We were back in Kathmandu, but not for long. And soon we'd all be parting ways.